Thank you for joining. I appreciate everybody who have joined. Friday Peters, you're welcome. Friday, thank you for joining. Kingdom 18, thank you for joining. Kingdom 18, everybody joining, please. Any place you are, we have to stand strong. You can see the report that our brother brought of what is happening in Ogbaru. You see what is happening in Ogbaru, killing innocent people, taking innocent life. It is not only in Ogbaru, it's happening in so many places in Biafra land. Biafra land is under siege. Biafra land is under siege, and we cannot allow this to continue to happen. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. Just as my brother have reported, it has been taken note of, and the necessary information will be passed, and those who are on the ground to take action will take action. We cannot continue to fold our hands and allow them to take the life of innocent Biafrans. We have sacrificed enough, and we don't want to continue to sacrifice. We will not continue to sacrifice. We have sacrificed enough. It's noted, my brother Alex, I've noted your comments. Your comment is noted about Ogbaru, what is happening in Ogbaru. It's been noted, and necessary information will be passed and things will be done about that. Thank you so much for that information. That is what we do here. That is why we come online. If you have every information, you have videos, you have pictures that have to specify what you are saying, you send us the pictures and the videos of what is happening so that we will know how to approach it. And as we are going underground, we also follow the international communities and supply them with information that they need. So that is why we are coming online on a daily basis. Whatever happens, you report it so that Biafrans will know. Those who are outside will know. Those who are on the ground will know and know what to happen. Thank you, our brother Alex, for giving that information. We know that Biafra land is under siege, has been under siege for some time now. Biafra land has been under siege. You can see what is happening in Ogbaru, as our brother said. Not only in Ogbaru, so many places in Biafra land are under siege. Many Biafrans are losing their life on a daily basis. They are going house by house, kidnapping people, burning houses of people, taking people ransom, killing our young men. This is happening on a daily basis, and that is why we are reporting it, coming online to speak every day to encourage our Biafrans to stand firm. We cannot continue to complain all the time. It is time for us to defend ourselves. It is time for us to defend ourselves, and that is exactly what we are going to do. We cannot continue to fold our hands and watch them kill our people on a daily basis. Because the Biafra that we are fighting for, it is human being that is going to be in Biafra, not spirit. People have to be saved so that we can see people who will be in Biafra land. It is very clear. What my brother reported here, Alex Martin, is actually the truth. I don't have any doubt about that because we have been getting the report for a very long time. We have been getting the report, and we have gotten some videos and pictures of what the military, what the zoological military, the terrorists that they gave uniform are doing in Biafra land. When we talk about what is happening and we're shouting about it, people think that we are joking. It is not a joke, and it's not a blackmail. When we are talking about the terrorism that late Muhammad Buhari is sponsoring, the terrorism that the imposter in Asorock is sponsoring, the way the government of Nigeria is sponsoring terrorism against the Biafran people, committing genocide on a daily basis. International community doesn't want to do anything about it. People are not talking about it. Instead, they are talking about election. They are talking about election. That is why we say we cannot be part of this election. First of all, we have to stop these people from taking the life of an innocent Biafran. There can't be any election in Biafra land. We have to secure our land. We have to secure our land by all means possible. That is the charge Mazen Nanikan has given us. Just see. From this report, you will see what Mazen Nanikan told us, that we should make sure that Biafra land is calm. That our fight is to protect Biafra land and not to kill the Biafran people. So anybody that is killing Biafran people is an enemy. We don't have to fold our hands. Anybody that is killing Biafran people, taking the life of Biafran people, we have to face them head on. And that is exactly what we're going to do. That is exactly what we're going to do. We cannot continue to complain on a daily basis. The international community, they are watching. They are not doing anything. We cannot continue to complain and continue to cry. A time has come when we defend ourselves. Everybody in that zoological republic today know that people are on their own. Every tribe is on their own. Every indigenous tribe are on their own, preparing to protect themselves. In the north, you can see governors calling their people to take up arms and protect themselves. Governors issuing certificate, issuing gun license to people. issue gun license for people to go and pick up gun and protect themselves. But in Biafra land, what do you see? In Biafra land, you saw Hope Uzodinma coming out to say that we should surrender our weapon, that we don't need any guns to protect ourselves. Ask me, what are we going to use to protect ourselves? When the fool, the idiot like Hope Uzodinma, that imposter, that clown, that Supreme Court governor in Imo State, coming out to say that we don't need guns, that we don't need to use arms to protect ourselves. That means we should go to bed and sleep and die. We should fold our hands and allow the enemies to take our life. When there is nobody to protect us, they have sent their Boko Haram military in uniform, taking the life of Biafrans on a daily basis. Homes of Biafrans are destroyed, burnt down, and nobody said anything about it. The political elite are busy talking about the useless presidency that is not going to give them anything. Useless presidency that they will not live to see. That is what they are talking about. They don't care about the security of their people. They don't care about the killing that's happening in Biafra land. They don't care about the invasion of Biafra land by the Boko Haram military. In which world will you see the military burning the house of innocent people? People who were not convicted for anything. People who were not seen with arms. They were not seen involved in any criminality. Even if you capture a criminal, do you have to burn their homes? You take them to court. If you suspect somebody, take him to court to answer his or her query. Why do you have to burn people's house? But in Biafra land, innocent people's houses are being burnt down on a daily basis. Houses are burnt down. People are not given chance to speak up. They are not given chance to even defend themselves. The governors in the southeastern part of Nigeria are making sure that they hand over the land to the Fulani Caliphate. The Islamization and Fulanization agenda is on a high speed, on a very high speed. And the governors in Biafra land, the politicians are supporting the Islamization of Nigeria. They are promoting that Islamization, helping them to push the Islamization agenda faster to the southeastern region. Meanwhile, those of us who are trying to protect ourselves, those of us who are asking for self-determination so that we can have a nation that we can protect, a nation where we can run onto, they don't want us to have that. They are busy chasing us and killing us. Just like our eternal leader said, that Biafra is a child of necessity. In one of the videos that our eternal leader made, he said Biafra is a home for people, oppressed people. A child of necessity, where an outboard that people who are being oppressed and want to kill, they will run and be saved. It's like a kingdom where we will run and be saved. That is why we are asking for Biafra. That is why we are crying every day, we are shouting every day and talking about Biafra. That is why we are fighting every day to make sure that we actualize Biafra. Because that is the only last hope we have. Biafra is the only hope we have. No other man, no woman can, no other country, nobody can save us. Only Biafra can save you and I. Only Biafra can save anybody that's in the old southeastern region. The old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast with Lower Benue. Everybody that is in this territory, the only thing that is going to secure you is Biafra. That's all. Nobody can save you. Nobody can come to your aid. No international community want to hear about you. It is you and you alone. And Chuks Kabiama that will save you. That is why we must not relent in our effort. That is why we are coming out on a daily basis to shout, to talk, to encourage our fellow Biafrans, those in Biafra land and men on the ground. Encourage them any best way you can. Any contribution you can make, anything you can do by your prayers, anyone you know you believe in, continue to support them. Because the war that we are fighting is not a small war. We are fighting against the people who has all the might. They have all the weapons. They have all the money. They have all the connections. What do we have? We have nothing. We only have Chuks Kabiama and the gods of our land. That is what we have. And whoever have Chuks Kabiama have everything. Anybody that have Chuks Kabiama, you have everything. Excuse me. You have everything. And we must not give up. We must not give up. This year is a very terrible year. And more terrible things are going to happen. Every time I come here to make broadcasts, I always bring it to your knowledge to know that more terrible things are going to happen. All you got to do is to stand strong. Stand strong. With all the killing that is happening in Biafra land, with all the killing, the way the military are burning the house of innocent people, have you ever seen any one of these politicians, including Peter Obi, that are projecting as a messiah? Have you seen Peter Obi condemn the killing of Biafrans in Biafra land? Have you ever heard Peter Obi condemning the killing of Biafra in Biafra land? Instead, he is boasting. He is boasting of killing the members of members of our Hazuruke group, Masol. Instead, during his campaign, he was boasting of killing members of Masol and throwing them into the river. This is the person they are supporting. This is the person you will tell me to go and support because he's a Biafran. Because he's a Biafran. It is so sad. But we cannot leave this. We cannot allow them to succeed. These few people who have sold their soul to the devil, the few people who, out of their greed, out of their selfish interest, fighting against their people, we must not allow them to prosper. We must not allow them to succeed. We must not allow them to progress. There are still many of us Biafrans who are standing firm. You can see the write-up I posted on my page. I posted the comment of the son of one of our sister, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the former Minister of Finance in Nigeria. The former Minister of Finance in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, who they almost killed and kidnapped his mother because he refused them from abusing the system. You heard what the son said. The son said it is high time Nigeria is being divided. These are the people who still have their brain intact. This is somebody who had his brain intact. He's in Harvard. He still have his brain intact. He is calling for the end of the Zoological Republic. It is not time for election. You don't elect anything. What are you electing? What kind of election are you going to elect? What kind of vote are you voting? You are electing for something that's going to kill you. You are going to endorse those who are going to kill you and make sure your life becomes miserable. There is nobody that is mentally okay. Nobody that has sanity will continue to talk about election at this period in time. At this period in time when death is everywhere. At this time when insecurity is knocking at everybody's door. When you don't know if you're going out from your house, you're not sure you're going to return back. You go to bed in the night, you're not sure you're going to wake up the following morning. And yet, some people, out of their selfish interest, are still preaching their so-called election. It is so sad. It is very, very sad. It is very sad that a full-fledged Biafran, somebody who supposedly is a Biafran, will be talking about election at this critical point in time, when Biafran land is under siege. When Biafran land is under siege, they have destroyed everything in Biafran land. They are talking about the economy. When we see that on Monday, they say we are stopping the economy. But the military have destroyed the economy of the Southeast by themselves. The Janjaweed government have destroyed the economy of the Southeast. That is why they are pushing all manner of insecurity in the Southeast part of Nigeria. Sending their Boko Haram military. Where do you see in this planet Earth? Where will you see in this planet Earth where a well-trained soldier, will go to the home of a civilian and open fire? Where do you see that? You don't see that anywhere in any part of the world. You see that only in the Zoological Republic. It is only in the Zoological Republic that is where you will see a trained soldier will open fire in the life of the civilian. A civilian that is not armed. A civilian that has not committed any offense. You go to his house, you will kill him, you will destroy his house and set his house on fire. Where does it happen? Only in the Zoological Republic. And yet, people are not outraged. People are not outraged. Some people are not talking because it's not you. You're not concerned. As long as it's not your brother that is being killed, as long as it's not your friend that is being killed, as long as the killing is not in your own village, you don't care. You don't want to talk about it. It doesn't concern you. You are waiting until when it gets your doorstep. Wait. It is going to reach everybody. It is going to reach every one of you that is calling one Nigeria. That death is going to visit every one of you. By then, you can be able to understand what others are feeling. Today, you can see Governor Samuel Leto crying every day on the media. You see Samuel Leto helpless. This is the chief secretary of a state who I know, if he had the opportunity to arm his people, if he had the opportunity to take action, he will. He will. But as you can see, Samuel Leto has been an example to you to show you that everything you are seeing, all these governors are just ceremonial. They can't do anything. Every governor you are seeing in that Zoological Republic, they have no power. They can't do anything. They can't do anything to secure you. If Samuel Leto, with all the crying he's crying, with the way he's bold and talk, do you think if he has a power, if he has the forces to stop these people, he won't stop them? Of course he's going to stop them. If he has the force to stop them, if he has that chance to stop them, he will stop them without looking back. But every governor you see, they are just ceremonial. They don't have control over the police. They don't have control over the army. They don't have even man or war. They don't control. They don't give order to the police. Police do what they like. They get order from Abuja. That is why you see the insecurity can never ever stop. It can never stop. Because who is going to stop it? Who's going to call it? The person that's going to call action to come is one of them. He's the one sponsoring them. The very person sponsoring them. Is it the person you're going to wait for him to give order for action to be taken against the terrorists? Of course he will not. All he has to do is empower them. Very many a time you have seen them, they have graduated to the extent of attacking people with helicopter. They attack people with helicopter. People were not outraged. It was covered up. Today you're not hearing about it again. You're not hearing about it. They will kill thousands of people, yet there will be no outrage. They will kill thousands of people and there will be no outrage. You are waiting until when it happens to you. You will be sitting down and you're waiting until when your own brother is killed directly, until when your own sister is killed directly, until when somebody connected to you is killed. That is when you complain. You will never complain. That is why the zoological republic will not succeed, because the diversity in the country called Nigeria is a deadly one. Is a deadly one. A place where people don't care about each other. A place where humanity is not respected. A place where people only respect their tribe. If somebody is not from your tribe, you don't care about him. If he dies, let him die. If he suffers, let him suffer. If they arrest him, let him arrest him. People cannot protest or speak about issue except it concerns them directly. That is the wickedness you see in the zoological republic. A wicked mind, a wicked heart. When somebody is being killed in Southern Kaduna, you are not going to see outrage. Southern Kaduna people were bombed with helicopter. Helicopter bombed Southern Kaduna. Many lives were lost. There was no protest anywhere. There was no outrage in the zoological republic. Everybody is relaxing. Southern Kaduna has faced much more killing than any other place you can think of. They have taken some of their land and renamed it into Fulani name. They cried and cried. Nobody is coming to their aid. Their own is even worse because nobody can speak for them. Nobody can speak for Southern Kaduna. Even as you're watching the video, they are still attacking them. But in the other part of the country, nobody is doing anything. People are turning blind eye to it. Instead, they are talking about election. They are talking about election. You are busy talking about election and PVC. Meanwhile, Biafrans are dying. Zoological Republic, the indigenous people in that country called Nigeria are dying on a daily basis. They are killing them. No security anywhere. You are not talking. They went to Benue State. They started the killing in Benue State. No, there was no outrage. Everybody left it for Samuel Oto. After all, it is the state. There was no outrage. There was no nationwide protest. It was only Benue for the Benue people. Benue have cried and cried and cried until they have lost tears. They have buried people and buried people until they can't bury anymore. Their governor have complained and complained. He stopped going to Abuja. Today he go to the press to talk. He is helpless. He's helpless because he swore an oath in the Zoological Republic. You see how dangerous it is. You see how dangerous it is for you to support election. Today, Samuel Oto cannot be able to protect his people because he swore an oath to protect that very Zoological Republic. That is why every time you see him crying, complaining, he will cry and complain. At the end of the day, he will talk about one Nigeria. He will cry and complain. At the end of the day, he talking about one Nigeria. He came out recently to ask, what did the Martin Nanekano do that you are holding him? Free him. Is it a crime for somebody to say he want to protect his people? Somebody that can make such statement openly. A statement that you have never, nobody, no politician, no governor in the Southeast can be able to make such statement. Nobody can be able to make that except you see Samuel Oto. Somebody who can be that bold. Do you think if he has a means to protect his people, he will not protect them? Do you think if he has a means to protect his people, he will not protect them? Of course he will protect them. But because he has no means to protect his people, that is why he's always crying and complaining. Please share the video. If you have not shared this video, please share the video and click like. That is how we can be able to attract people, because Facebook cannot allow people to get a notification. Facebook doesn't allow people to get our notification. We only help ourselves by sharing the video and liking the video. And also try to go to my other platform. Go and subscribe to my platform on YouTube. Chuks Survival on YouTube. Chuks Survival on YouTube. Chuks Survival channel. When you go to Chuks Survival channel, subscribe, and also you click the notification so that when I come online, you can be notified. Also join my other platform, the Chuks Survival page on Facebook. We are having all this platform not for anything, but for make sure that we continue to broadcast, because once they stop me here, I go to somewhere else. After broadcasting here, I also go to YouTube and broadcast by 7:30 p.m. Biafran time. So if you're free by that time, you can join me 7:30 p.m. in Biafra time. The killing in Biafra land is so much. It is so much we cannot condone it anymore. We cannot. We can't condone it anymore. We can't continue to condone it. We have to continue to speak up. Today you see what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is facing. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime known to man. That is why everybody is making a case for him. A sitting governor come out and ask, what did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu do wrong that you are holding him? What did he do wrong that you went all the way to Kenya and kidnapped him? After kidnapping him, you sent him to Nigeria and you are keeping him under solitary confinement. You have refused him to get bail. You are punishing him and starving him. What did he do? What did he do? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime known to man. Since Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting, more than a decade, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been broadcasting in a civilized country. In the Western world, in London, London have the highest, one of the best police you can think of. London have one of the best police you can think of. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was there broadcasting. He was never invited one day by the police. He was never arrested one day by the police. They never gave him any sanction any one day. That shows you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, what he's doing is the right thing. That shows you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, his fight is genuine. That shows you that whatever Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was doing while he was in London, whatever preaching he's preaching is genuine. That is why nobody invited him for interrogation. Nobody arrested him until he came to Africa. When he came to Africa, they manipulated them through some evil men. Through some evil men who claim to be with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Some devil incarnate, some Judas who have been around there with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu only to betray him. Some Judas who has been there pretending to be followers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu only to betray him. And they are still betraying him, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Even while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is facing a terrible time. Even Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is standing for us, punishing himself for us. They are still betraying Mazen Nnamdi Kanu up to today. Up to today, those people that betray him are still betraying him. They are still making sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not released. But the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in their hand. Only Chuks can decide when, how, and where. And I believe the time is close. And when that appointed time have come, no man born of a woman can stop Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from coming out. As for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must regain his freedom alive. And nothing must happen to him. Nothing must happen to him. You can see the kind of hatred you see in that zoological republic the diversity is a very destructive one. How are you going to start? How can somebody in his right senses be talking about election? How can somebody in his right senses be talking about election? You saw that man Samuel Eton lamenting about his own people. Lamenting, telling his people to go and get gun. Telling his people go and get gun and protect himself. But in the southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafra land, we know that these people are in our bushes. We know that they have come. We know they have come. And ESN and they are working. Instead of this governor supporting the security outfit that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu established, instead of these governors, all these politicians, all these elites supporting the security outfit, they are demonizing them. They are acting as informant against the security outfit. They are forming other groups. They are forming other groups to blackmail the group that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have formed. And Hope Uzodinma shamelessly come online and he was talking. He was saying that we don't need any guns to protect ourselves. Saying that Biafrans don't need guns to protect themselves. Biafrans don't need weapons to protect themselves. Tell me, what is Hope Uzodinma going to use to protect Biafra land? Is it the zoological republic that he's going to bring military? Is it the Boko Haram military that he goes to get from the imposter in Abuja? Every time he goes to Abuja, they give him troops to come to Biafra land and continue to burn the homes of Biafrans. Burn the home of Biafrans and take the life of innocent Biafrans. Hope Uzodinma have killed until mortuary filled up. Mortuary in Imo State got filled up. There was no place to keep a corpse again. And they were begging people to come and take their corpse. They went and did mass burial for innocent Biafrans who have not committed any crime. Where do you see that happening in the north? In the north, where the terrorists are in charge. In the northern part of Nigeria, Terrorists themselves are in charge, and it is not a blank. This is a mere fact, that everybody have been established. On their national television, somebody came there on channel television. They were asking him, "Are you saying that terrorists are in charge?" He said, somebody said in his own word that terrorists are in charge of so many villages in Kaduna State. They are in charge of so many villages in Kaduna State, and in those places they provide cover for the people. That they are even helping them, and the people even welcome them. That the people have accepted the terrorists. People have accepted them already. This is what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. And you will never see the governors in those areas. The Erufai that you see that invited all these killers. Erufai, governor of Kaduna State, was one of the people who went and invited these Fulani from all over West Africa to come and settle in Nigeria. Erufai was one of the people who went and brought the Fulanis to continue to kill. That is why he wants to wipe out the southern Kaduna. That is why Erufai wants to wipe out the southern Kaduna. He has been committing genocide against the southern Kaduna people on daily basis. And people are going about their business. It doesn't happen. When it happens in southern Kaduna, the southern part of Nigeria will not shout. They will not talk. They will keep silent. It doesn't concern them. The Christians will not talk, knowing fully well that the people in southern Kaduna are Christians. The Christians in southern Kaduna, their land have been taken over. They have lost so many souls. They want to wipe them away by all means. Land taken and renamed. And there's nobody doing anything about it. There is no protest in the south, in the southern part of Nigeria. Everybody is going about their businesses and talking about the election. How long shall we continue to pretend? How long? If you are still there standing and talking about one Nigeria will definitely happen to you. If you are one of those who are supporting this election, one Nigeria will definitely happen to you. And pray that you'll be alive to tell the story. Because there will be no election in Biafra land. There will not be election in Biafra. It doesn't matter how they try. Let them continue. Let them bring all the military fireworks that they have. Let them bring in all their military hardware to Biafra land. There will be no election in Biafra land. When the time comes, they're going to hear. They will hear from Biafran people. When the time comes, already Biafran people have taken their fate onto their own hand. That we will not participate in the election. We will not. Anytime there is that move for election, there will be a total lockdown of Biafra land. Already, our brother Simon Eber have already said it. He have already outlined what we are going to do to make sure. What we are going to do to make sure that the election doesn't hold. He has already outlined it. That anytime you hear about a mega rally, when you hear it, either by rumor or anything, anytime you hear it, if you are abroad, you hide it, or you are in Biafra land, you hide it, call your neighbor and tell your neighbor that today, that very day, is a sit at home. That very day, do not come out. Do not come out because they are going to trap you. And when they trap you, you are going to pay with your life. So many people who disobeyed in the past, at the end of the day, the Janjaweed took their life, and they are not alive today to tell the story. At this critical point in time, the only way for one to survive in that very contraption called Zoological Republic, the only way for somebody to survive in Biafra land mainly is for you to open your ears and listen. Listen to information that are coming. Listen to Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM. Try as much as possible, at least a day, at least once in a day, listen to that very program. Tune on your radio, connect to 95.5, 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra, so that you can get updates on what is happening. If you are in Biafra land, try and connect to it. It will do you a lot of good. It will save you from so many trouble. And if you can be able to connect to YouTube, you can join our brother Simon Ekwa YouTube. Join our brother Simon Ekwa YouTube so they can be getting latest information. I have my YouTube also. Chuks Survivor channel on YouTube. Go to Chuks Survivor channel on YouTube and you join. Every evening, 7:30, I'm always there broadcasting. It doesn't matter, even if I don't see anybody on the platform, I broadcast. Just like I'm doing here. When I come here, if I don't see anybody, I will still broadcast. I don't care what the Facebook is doing. I know that if I am saying the right thing, Chukwu Okikabiama himself will take the information out. Chukwu Okikabiama himself will push the information and people will hear. It doesn't matter how they try to discourage us, to suppress the view, to suppress the platform, to make sure the platform doesn't exist. I have a lot of attack, so many warnings on this very platform. They want to take it down. They tell me the next one, you might come here, you will not see me on this platform. That is why I'm urging you to go to other platforms and connect. Connect to me on another platform. Connect to Chuks Survival channel on YouTube. Connect to Chuks for Survival page on Facebook, so that we cannot miss each other. Every one of us have something to do. Every one of us have something to do. Every one of us have a responsibility. Yes, of course. Yeah, Uzo can do well, of course. He's in Harvard University. That's right, you're right. He's in Harvard. A Nobel Prize winner in Harvard. That's a Biafra man. A Biafra man. These are the people who are intelligent, people who their brain is intact. It's not the kind of intelligence you talk about when you see people presenting P2B as somebody who is intelligent. They present P2B as somebody who is intelligent because he's mentioning numbers and calling statistics. But at the end of the day, P2B lacks common sense. P2B lacks common sense that is not common. It is not only education that will make you have sense. It's not only education. Education alone cannot make you be sensible. Education alone cannot make you be educated. Knowing how to read and write and how to read and speak English doesn't make you be educated. Common sense, that common sense that Chukwu Okabia plays in human being matters a lot. If you don't have it, you have lost a lot. If you don't have the common sense that Chukwu Okabia gives, it doesn't matter the kind of school you go to. It doesn't matter the kind of certificate you have. You can never make sense. You can never make sense. Uzo Okonjo Iweala, you heard what he said. You heard what he said. While every other person is clamoring for election, where everybody is saying vote for P2B, where everybody is talking about PVC, this guy, somebody who won a Nobel Prize in Harvard University, is saying that this is the time, this is the right time to dissolve the zoological republic called Nigeria.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You go everywhere. We must continue.